Gao, who is a diamond tracker, is joined by Xiana, his seller, and Qin, his specialist. As the triplet remains on a walkway, there, Gao spots two problematic men in the vehicle intently watching him from down the road and promptly understands that they're employed thugs. Gao offers Xiana and Qin goodnight prior to entering his vehicle and driving off. As he expected, the men likewise fire up their motor and intently tail him. Gao stirs things up around town and paces off, provoking a furious vehicle pursuit which causes the accident. Back in the present, Gao awakens and winds up in a crude yet unusual town. Here, ladies are the predominant orientation as they chase and accommodate their families while the men finish errands and deal with the children. Fathers are the home attendants and cook the dinners while the moms serve as watchmen and warriors, safeguarding their spouses. The town is a detached region totally cut off from the rest of the world as they have no innovation or information on any logical products. Gao likewise discovers that Sing is the sovereign of the clan and is dumbfounded to find this. At first, Gao questions her and expects that the locals are simply geeky cosplayers with incredible outfits and an ideal arrangement. He reviles at Sing and the other ladies, which disturbs the lovely clan pioneer. Sing is pissed at his demeanor and keeps Gao in a wooden enclosure as punishment. Later, Gao understands that they are for sure genuine individuals and chooses to get back to the city as quickly as time permits. Notwithstanding, Yan-He, the clan's celestial prophet, lets Gao know that he can't leave the town without Sing's permission. After a couple of hours, Gao asks Sing to set him free from the enclosure and take him to his vehicle. Sing, however suspicious, chooses to show kindness toward him and obliges. The two head back to the accident site as Gao scans his vehicle for helpful supplies. Gao tracks down a metal bat in the storage compartment and energetically swings it around. Erroneously, he hits Sing on the head, making her drop on the floor. Gao jumps all over the brilliant chance to get away and wears a rucksack as he runs into the close-by woods. A couple of moments later, the vehicle's gas tank begins spilling and soon Sing is encircled by a ring of blasting blazes. The locals spot the fire and immediately hurry to the scene as they pour pails of water to douse the flame. Gao hears the residents shouting from the forest and feels remorseful for leaving Sing behind. He races to the scene and pours a can of water on himself prior to entering the searing ring and completing Sing of it. Right as they leave the site, the vehicle detonates and the couple lands in a close-by lake, much to the locals' relief. In the accompanying scene, Gao is back in the town and tracks down his telephone in his rucksack. He plays a melody on it, which stands out for Sing as she hurries into the room. Sing fears the peculiar gadget and attempts to crush it. However, Gao guarantees her that it is innocuous. He offers her his headphones, and the couple pays attention to music together, as Sing nods off minutes later. Gao lays a dozing Sing in bed, after which he wildly looks through the room, wanting to find a guide that can lead him back to the city. In the room, Gao happily tracks down a sapphire gemstone and chooses to get some information about it when she wakes up. The next morning, Sing lets him know that the sapphire was a gift from her dead mother. A covetous Gao offers her a few things, for example, a bowl of moment noodles, a novel, and surprisingly his telephone, in return for the stone. In any case, Sing won't leave behind the jewel, making sense of that it is her most valued belonging. Gao is frustrated, however, makes plans to take the pearl instead. Later that day, Sing requests that Gao meet her in an open field around evening time so they can watch the stars together. Gao acknowledges the proposal as Sing timidly grins and leaves his shed. That evening, the couple lay on the grass and gazes at the brilliant sky. Unexpectedly, Sing jumps on Gao and attempts to take off his garments. Much to his surprise, he distracts her, and the two get into a warmed contention. Gao is stunned to find that in the town, to watch the stars signifies to engage in sexual relations. Thus, why Sing jumped on him. Abruptly, Gao runs to the town to get away, with Sing in hot pursuit. Sing resents Gao and detains him when they return to the town. Gao makes sense of Sing that he didn't have the foggiest idea about the expression's deeper significance and took it at face esteem. He additionally expresses that where he comes from, individuals express their sentiments sincerely, such as admitting their affection when it snows. Sing at last gets it. Gao yet at the same time has him go through the night in the cell while she gets back to her shed. Back in the city, Xiana and Qin genuinely look for Gao without any result. They check the street where his vehicle steered down the bluff, however, are disheartened and don't track down anything. Kin utilizes a robot to look through the region, yet an attractive field disturbs the airplane and makes Kin's screen go blank. When the pair get back, they meet Lian, a money manager with whom Gao marked an agreement. The agreement commands Gao to meet with Lian at regular intervals, and inability to do so draws in the 60 million fine. Up until this point, it's been 13 days since his vanishing, and Lia has come to find him. Big Xana lies that Gao went on an outing to the mountains and would be back soon. Lian is unconvinced, yet gives the team 48 hours to find Gao before she takes action. Back in the town, Sing takes Gao to the forest. Sing admits her adoration for himself and requests that he wed her as she dumps a container of chicken blood on him. Obviously, Sing misheard him the previous evening and thought he said blood rather than snow, as the two words sound comparative in Chinese. Her and leaves in disappointment, however. Gao is pissed at her and leaves in disappointment, however, is trapped in a snare presently after. Gao frantically asks Sing to liberate him from the snare. In any case, Sing requests that he acknowledge her wedding proposition before she does this, and a crushed Gao at last concurs. Returning, Gao finds one of the sharp edges of Kin's robot lying in the brambles. Seeing this, he enrolls that his companions are searching for him, and chooses to escape from the town when possible. That night, Gao and Sing speak, and choose to get hitched the following day. Gao asks Sing about the town's territory and discovers that there's a mystery cave in the backwoods. He calculates that the cavern is an exit from the town and plots to utilize it to get away. Gao likewise discovers that the town has a wine save and asks Sing to take him to it. She obliges, and the team heads to the town's focal storage space. Without her insight, Gao drops a few dosing pills into the wine barrel as a ploy to thump every one of the residents out during their wedding. Afterward, 2 or 3 revisitations of Gao's room, and Sing offers him her sapphire stone as an early wedding gift. Gao feels regretful, yet gathers the diamond anyway. The following evening, 2 or 3 has their wedding function, and notices the clan's remarkable customs as Sing goes down on one knee and admits her affection for Gao. Gao acknowledges her to be his significant other, after which the locals sing and play an affection melody as the lovebirds dances one. To end the blowout, Gao gives an impromptu speech and desires the locals to drink their individual dishes of wine. The clueless locals swallow the tranquilized drink. However, Gao throws his away when nobody is watching. A few hours after the fact, the townspeople nod off while Gao gathers a sack and leaves the town. He goes through the forest, and at last arrives at the cavern, which interfaces with the rest of the world. Not set in stone, Gao enters the dim cavern and starts his excursion to the city. The next morning, he at long last arrives at the finish of the cavern and rushes to the highest point of the mountain, grinning as he sees a close-by road. Back at Gao's home, Lia shows up with her men as the 48-hour cutoff time is practically finished. Lia gets some information about Gao's whereabouts. However, the pair uncovers that they have no clue about where he is. Hearing this, Lion offers Xana an agreement that would move responsibility for house to her. Xana won't sign the administrative work. However, Lia gives her no decision. The money manager flags her men to keep the couple prisoner, as Sana is compelled to sign the paper with a thumbprint. Fortunately, Gao barges through the front entryway right so as to stop them. Kin exploits the interruption and swallows the marked agreement while Gao addresses Lian. Eventually, the financial specialist goes out and vows to keep in touch. When she leaves, Gao cleans up and shares a dinner with his companions who ask where he's been the whole time. Gao needs to safeguard the locals from the rest of the world, so he prudently evades their inquiries and deceives his friends. After their feast, Gao shows them the sapphire diamond he got from Sing. The team wonders about the stone in dismay, as they haven't seen a sapphire of that size in years. At last, Gao hands the pearl to Vizana close by a dirt example from the town for testing. Sometime thereafter, the threesome visits Gao's Uncle Wen at a nursing home and puts on a jokester ensemble to engage the old occupants. In the accompanying scene, the residents awaken and madly scan the region for Gao. Sing is crushed by his vanishing and before long, calculates that he got away alongside the jewel. Defeat with bitterness, she chooses to go to the city to look for him. The town's crystal gazer, Yunhee, at first dislikes her going to the city. In any case, when Sing implores her, Yunhee takes Sing to the cavern's entry and cautions her to watch out for the city individuals before the sovereign departs. When Sing shows up at the city, she runs into Yu Qian, a renowned crystal-gazing online entertainment powerhouse who is looking for a female cohab. Sing's peculiar clothing and idiosyncratic conduct provoke his advantage, and he offers to sign her to his organization. Yu requests her director, Yet a confounded Singh simply gives him a card that Go abandoned in the village. He finds a number on it and follows Gao to a close-by nursing home. At Singh's solicitation, he drives her to the uncovered area to search for Gao. At the point when they show up at the nursery, Go spots Singh from a good ways and runs before she sees him. He takes cover behind certain brambles and notices Singh as she looks for him. Singh ultimately surrenders and strolls towards the home's exit. However, quickly pivots when she hears Gao sniffle from a close-by bush. Gao jumps out with his jokester ensemble. However, Singh doesn't remember him and simply looks as he hops away. Minutes after the fact, Singh joins Yai in the vehicle and the couple drives from the home. While chatting, he lets an oblivious Singh know that jokesters are genuine animals, yet are simple people wearing covers. Singh is surprised by the disclosure and figures that the peculiar comedian she saw at the house was without a doubt Gao. She asks Yi to restore her to the nursery, and the media powerhouse obliges. Sadly, when they arrive at the nursery, Gao and his companions are a distant memory, and Singh is left disheartened indeed. He volunteers to take Singh to his home, yet the clan chief declines and sits on an asphalt before the nursery, proclaiming that she'd trust that Go will return. Yi frantically attempts to inspire her to leave, however she denies and even remaining parts situated under the pouring rain. Meanwhile, Go feels regretful for stowing away from Singh and gets Kin to track down her area. A couple of moments later, Kin illuminates him that Singh, along with Yu, is currently at the nursing home. Go says thanks to Kin for his assistance and quickly drives back to the nursery. There, Go spots Singh sitting in the downpour with Yi close to her. He pulls up in front of the team and whines down his window. Singh is stunned to see him and quickly gets him by his shirt. Go quickly implores her not to punch him and thinks of a ludicrous falsehood, expressing that hitting individuals in the rain is off base. Singh is gullible, so she accepts him and enters his vehicle as he drives her back to his house. Immediately they show up. Singh focuses her crossbow at him. However, Go makes two to quiet her and puts the weapon down. Singh requests that Gao return her sapphire. Be that as it may, the cunning diamond tracker diverts her by offering a cake. Singh attempts the sweet treat and overlooks the stone as she violently crunches on it, relishing its unfamiliar taste. When she's finished with her dinner, Singh spends the remainder of the day investigating the house as she adjusts to the new climate. She shoots a bolt at the TV, believing it to be a beast. However, Go makes sense of that basically a device can hurt her. Singh is captivated by the cutting edge world and celebrates as she swings a penetrated feather cushion, ruining the house. The following day, Xana visits Go and is stunned to track down the lounge room wrecked. Soon after, Singh approaches her while eating a bowl of moment noodles. Xana grabs the dish from Singh and requests to know what her identity is and her relationship with Gao. Singh is annoyed by Xana's demeanor and snatches her by the face as the vendor shouts in fear. Gao is awakened by the shout and surges down the stairs to find what occurred. He finds Xana folded and is sweeping with a fabric around her mouth. Gao rapidly liberates her and is alarmed to discover that Singh is dependable. Xana is angry and asks him who the weird-looking young lady is. Right away, Go gets Xana and takes her to his room upstairs. There, he tells the truth and uncovers what happened when he disappeared. Go makes sense of that Singh is the sovereign of a separated matriarchal town, where ladies rule and men are compliant. Xana at first distrusts him yet understands he's coming clean when Gao shows her Singh's local crossbow. In the lounge room, Singh hears a thump on the window and is stunned to track down Yai outside the house. She races to the entryway and attempts to open it yet can't sort out how. With his bearing, Singh tracks down the entryway's handle, however utilizes beast power to turn it, in this way breaking it. Ultimately, she quits any pretense of attempting to open the entryway and breaks it entirely. Gao and Xana hear the crashing entryway and rush down the stairs to find what occurred. Gao is furious to discover Yai in his home and hauls him prior to locking his entryway. In any case, I won't leave and uncovers that he realizes Singh is from a segregated island. Gao is stunned. He hears this and compromises Yi to avoid her, as heads back to the house with Singh. The following day, Go takes Singh to a design store to get some new garments, as he takes a stab at certain outfits, while Go ventures out to give her some protection. Outside, Go is bewildered to see Lion oncoming from a good ways, and is terrified to have her find Singh. Thus, he promptly takes cover behind a wall and intently looks as the harsh lady enters the store.